Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Warhammer 40K Boltgun for the finale of Forges of Corruption, where, like last time, we will probably spend most of it killing heretics. I don't know if there's going to be a final unique boss. There hasn't been a unique boss to the Forges of Corruption. There have been unique enemies, more or less. I feel like I need to stretch the term unique because I feel like there's a little bit of like a reassembling of existing characters. Like there's the, they combined the Space Marine with the Arisen champion, aspiring champion, to create an alternate Space Marine. There's also like the Havoc, which has like this kind of like cool missile assembly going on, but it's a little bit alternate Space Marine as well. Or it's like, and then there's an alternate Terminator with claws that just charges at you. What is like a genuine new enemy? I'm trying to remember, but I'm sure we'll run up against him. But I'm wondering if we're going to fight like a new unique boss, or is it going to be similar to the Sorcerer? Either way, we have one last level before the heretics are done. Not for time, as we already know there's going to be a sequel. But at least for now, the demonic forge, down into the very depths of corruption. Also, that is pretty awesome. The demonic forge awaits, as does a legion of our wretched enemy. End the chaos incursion no matter the cost. Yeah. Demonic forge detected. Warning. Extensive heretical forces projected. Prepare for battle. I was expecting no heretical forces, but since you like the heretical forces were just kind of like outside the forge. Is this the boss fountain before the finale? Is there nothing more to the final level than just... I was wondering like how much time I'm going to really be spending in this final level. Is it going to be like a really long level? But it might just be like condensed chaos, similar to like the finale of the main game. The final room where you find yourself fighting against the sorcerer, the traitor Samuel. Oh, hello. Yes. I keep forgetting to look for the candles. But you know, when you're fighting the traitor Samuel, that fight scene is like 3 phases, and each phase just becomes more chaotic than the last because of how many guys just keep flooding into the room. How am I? I probably should have done this before I picked up any ammo, but I'm pretty good on everything except for missiles. I could be better with heavy bolter, but that's okay. Otherwise, I'm pretty good on everything. What do you have to say, Servo Skull? You have nothing. Good day, sir. I said good day. Definitely taking a screenshot of that. Oof. Okay, I'm seeing a multi-step thing going here. We've got crystals protecting a central sphere of the forge. Most likely we're going to have to fight wave after wave of their own men until the shields and the crystals go down. And then after destroying the crystals, we can destroy the demonic forge. So maybe there won't be a final bad guy. There's not going to be like a final boss. Heresy! Very rude, sir. Okay, this got crowded fast. Oh, nope, there's a Lord of Change. Of course. Of course there already is... Oh, there's also a, unholy one. Why fight one former boss when you can fight all of them? Now, here's the question. Are there power-ups? Like damage boosts? Huh. I don't see too many health pickups. Except for the one that I just picked up. Okay, let's try to get rid of one of these big guys. Probably the unholy one might be easier. Grenade him first. Okay. I hit nothing there. That's fine. We're doing fine. Let's see, there's the my brain is trying to do two things at once. Think and try to remember the names of the enemies. What was your name again? I had it on the Lord of Change. Thank you. There's the Lord of Change. Oh, there is nothing inside that tube? Okay. Okay, so we got the unholy one, though. So that's good. And it looks as though this rock is safe, is vulnerable. The Noctilith. Empyrean corruption escalating. We're probably going to have to defeat the other Lord of Change. Sorry, not the other Lord of Change, the other boss. That was too soon. All right. How are we on gravity gun ammo? Not good. Oh, hold on. We got a Hellbrutes. Of course we do. Hold on. Let's use the multi-melta. That seems like it would probably be appropriate for one of these guys, wherever they are, actually. Very rude. I was trying to dodge you for some reason instead of shoot. All right, where is the Lord of Change? Okay. That did a bunch of damage to the Lord of Change, which is good. And actually, let's go there. Recommendation, destroy Noctilith. Really? That's a good idea. How did you come up with that? Did you come up with that all by yourself? Alright, where is the Lord of Change? If I was a Lord of Change... Very rude. Did I get rid of the Lord of Change and just not realize it? I mean, the answer might be yes. I won't argue with that, because I do not see the Lord of Change anywhere. Alright. That was a bit overkill on that one guy. Okay, I do feel like a lot is going on. Oh, hello. Okay, let's jump down here. Hello, how are you? That's empty, that's fine. Attack Demonic Forge, really? How did you get that idea? Oof. Now that's too slow. Okay, let's switch to upstairs. Maybe that'll give us a little bit of distance. Very rude. Said we were looking for distance. Okay, I am stuck up against something, unfortunately. Still, this is definitely what I was expecting. Did I just blow myself up? I think I just blew myself up after I got blown up by Havoc. Great. I don't know if there is coming back from that one. Yeah. Oh, hold on. At least there's health. Even if there is no more armor. Come on. Jeez. There's just so much going on, and it's hard. I think I might have to do this again because of this final section. In which everything has gone wrong. Unless I find some health somewhere. Which is unlikely. I think I blew myself up that time. Okay, how far back? Oh, really? Is the autosave, like, sending me right into lava? Great. All right. Okay, that was overkill. Let's get rid of these red barrels that I am blowing up myself. Now, the question I have, is this going to be like an infinite supply? Of bad guys until the end? Very rude of you. Okay. I definitely need to get health again. This is the problem with going back to save files or previous checkpoints, is like, at what point was this checkpoint created? Oh my, hello. Hellbrute? Like, what health items are still available on the map? Nope, stop switching to the empty grav gun and then trying to fire it. Ooh, hello. That was unfortunate. Is it shielded again? What is shielding it now? Oh my gosh, I picked up the shield and immediately it's gone. Immediately it's being burnt. It's burned through because there are just so many bad guys. Oh, there are two Hellbrutes. It's bad enough that I'm trying to defeat one of them. Does it temporarily shield itself? Okay, I think it temporarily shields itself. Ah. This is chaotic. What else was I expecting? I don't know what else I might have wanted from this kind of fight. Like, nah, you know, I might as well just give up. Yep. At this point, with 3 health, like, no means of getting it back. There is no means of getting it back, right? Like, I can go back to the beginning of the level, but there's nothing there. I mean, unless this works, in which case that's cheesing it. That's definitely cheesing this fight. I will accept that.
Your deeds repelled the heretical invasion and kept this world within the Emperor's light. You fulfilled your oaths this day and brought honor to your chapter. We acknowledge your sacrifice, even as the war rages on, for there is only war.
To be continued in Warhammer 40K Boltgun Part 2.
And only in death does duty end.
I wonder if I could have actually killed all of the bad guys and then destroyed the forge. Like, is there actually an end to that fight? As in, like, you clear out the entire room, nobody left, everybody stops spawning in. Also, there were secrets in that room. I did not find a single secret. Not a one. Zip. Zilch. I mean, Rachel Atkins as Inquisitor Cybele. Yeah, we only had one character. Was that like a... Ah. I assume that was just more of the chopping, but... The only other way to find out would be to try playing through that whole level again, which I am going to pass. I'll look online, see if there's something I skipped through. In the meantime, though, that was Warhammer 40K Boltgun. It was a solid game. I feel like like there's a lot of it that wants to go for that retro style in its presentation, but at its heart, it's still very much a more modern day boomer shooter, built on a formula that feels very more reminiscent of Doom 2016 than anything else. Like a bridge somewhere between 2016 and Eternal, where like in 2016, your Doom guy felt stronger, more capable of being damaged. And then in Eternal, like, you're constantly fighting to hold on to every scrap of resource you have. And then somewhere, like, I would say leaning closer to Doom 2016 is, heck, even maybe a little bit past 2016, is the Space Marine, who, his armor, which is essentially a concept of contempt for his enemy, depletes faster than armor in Doom, but his health tends to stay fairly strong. Although throughout the game, like, I tended to spend most of my time dealing with having to replenish health and contempt rather than ammo. Like, even though ammo felt as though you weren't really able to carry too much of any specific gun. Like, you had so many guns, every gun had some strong capability to it, or at the very least situation where you could really exploit it. And, like, if every gun is like in a Venn diagram with itself, there is overlap between functions, to the point where it never really felt like I was worried about ammo as much as I was worried about health and contempt, and maneuvering myself from one point to the other in the labyrinth until I get to that next arena where I must fight the enemies who appear in that arena and then proceed, which felt very much closer to that Doom 2016. Doom Eternal and the Dark Ages formula, where you have that more of like a linear progression. So I guess it would lean closer to 2016, whereas like towards the Dark Ages, they started to move more and more towards open world areas, whereas this is more linear progression with like a bit of a stop and go towards those arenas, where you find yourself fighting against wave after wave of heretics until you defeat that last final one, that important one. And then or at the very least, until you got to the Forges of Corruption, where they changed up that formula a bit by having a more finite amount of creatures per what do they call when the heretics start spawning? Oh god. Let's just call it during arena segment when you get hounded by the heretics. I already forget what they're called. Either way, this was a good game. It was a fun first-person shooter. Not much to it in regards to storyline. Very heavy towards just making a fun, slick action title that has the style and image of the retro shooter built on the modern-day boomer shooter. I admit I did turn off a lot of the... Actually, I did turn off all of the retro stylings. And actually, now that I think about it, where's the beginning of the level? No, really. I am lost. Oh, it's that way. So it seems as though enemies can't go back here. Son of a bitch. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's skip through the end credits and see if that finale actually, like, post-credits scene was something. Purge. That's what was happening. there was a purge. And during those purge segments, that's when things get chaotic, and like the forges of corruption at least do a little bit to kind of give a little bit more variety to the purge, or at the very least change the pace that the purge exists, so that you're not just looking for the big guy. You're actually focused on dealing with all of the bad guys. I wonder if it only takes like 3 hits. Five hits? 6 hits? No. 7? There we go. I think that was 8. And then if this is not enough at a distance, there we go. Do we have an additional post-credit scene? Was that like backwards messaging or something? Mysterious and heretical. Very heretical. In the meantime, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.